This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1190, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Nashville, it's artist, producer, mogul, Derek Minor.
What up, though?
Just down the street there, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
In NLA, you know, from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
What's going on?
It's going to be a fun show. Local Natives is our guest today. One of my favorite indie bands of all time.
It's lit.
My wedding song was one of them. Yeah, You and I.
What song? Oh.
You and I. One of our
Well, that
it was
makes
one of the
sense.
songs that my wife loves. Like one of those bands that I didn't find out that they were like, I don't know if they're believers or not. Are they? You guys know
No.
Cam? I don't know. And it's, you know, Kings of Leon, the whole world of those bands, like they come from something, you know? And I remember actually when I first came back to church from leaving the church for a couple of years, my buddy's like, have you heard the song Airplanes? And I was like, let me hear it. And I was like, the euphoric moment of like SpongeBob levitating. I heard the song and I just became a super fan. So I saw them on tour with Kings of Leon of all things. They opened up for them. And they're one of my favorite bands. So that's really cool.
Your wedding song. My wedding song was Back That Thang Up.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
One of ours was, we had two. We had like the one, like the Back the Thing Up, you know? Ours was a Young Thug song.
What Young Thug song?
It's a song with it's really I had to have one of my boys edit it because there's no edited version of it. It's it's Jamie XX and it's featuring Young Thug. And I had my buddy like go in there and fix it, but we came out to that song. Good Time, it's called. Good Time's gonna be good. So he killed that. And then afterwards, like we had another song. We had like 4 songs that were like our songs, but Young Thug and Local Native. So shout out to them on the show.
That's
what
awesome.
a diverse playlist for your wedding.
Me and Cam talk about this a lot, how Florida is so diverse. We like everything, you know, like we listen to rock, we listen to rap, we listen to pop, because the stations here, like Power 96, they'll play, you know, Kendrick, and then right after that, they'll play Blur. It's like something that you're just used to always being like, what's next? You just never know. And so, you know, and then being in California, you have hip hop. That's it. And then you have R&B. That's it. You know, and what we have in Florida is like anything.
Country.
Yeah, you have.
It is Morgan Wallen.
Looks Like I Love You. Yeah.
Nashville is called Morgan Wallen. That's
and
what
Post
it's called.
Malone now.
Yeah, Post Malone.
Yeah, he's going into his country phase.
Oh, Wiz Khalifa has a country song coming out.
It's about time.
Country's having a big moment right now.
They are, yeah.
Cowboy Carter, I still love that album. Like,
Oh yeah.
A Billboard Top 100. 50 albums are country right now.
Oh, wow.
That's insane.
Twister.
First time ever.
Their soundtrack. I just saw Twisters and it was awesome. Like you said, Emily, it was a great movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
The soundtrack is like top 10 right now, selling like 30,000 copies a week, and it's full of everybody. It's Luke Combs. It's literally, it's just a country mixtape, like a DJ Khaled mixtape. It's really great. And it's all, I'm falling in love with country, to be honest with you. They have like Dan and Shay, they have lyrics, they have those ballads. I love it. I'm actually seeing Dan and Shay in 2 weeks.
Yeah, country music still makes fun music. I think that's the thing. Like hip hop isn't fun right now.
It's not.
So it's like it's all serious. It's all, you know, pedophiles and stuff. Yeah, country music, man. Like that Shabuzi, that bar song record.
Yeah.
Dog, when that comes on, if you're not happy when that song is over with, it's your fault. That's
ooh,
yeah.
I am not a fan personally, but I think I'm. It was. Here's my thing. It was fun the first time I listened to it. Still had fun the 5th time I listened to it. I feel like I hear it all the time now. So it's just kind of like...
It's like Old Town Road at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's
definitely
my thing
Old
with it. Is
Town.
I'm like,
I got you.
It's definitely TikTok
don't play it around
blowing
me.
up.
Yeah.
But when it first came out, you liked it.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Just don't play it around me right now. I won't be happy.
It's so popular right now. I have never heard the song like on MP3, you know, like download on my phone, but I know every word of it. That's how popular it is right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like somebody hit me a double shot of whiskey. Like I hear it so much that I know the song and I've never downloaded it, never heard it on the radio. I just hear it on social media so much.
I'm so interested because I don't like country at all. But whenever we go out to Montana, Derek, I mean, you even point out, because a couple of country stars go on our trip with us, and you point out like when you strip down country and you listen to it as a song, not this overly produced, twangy, poppy crap, but you listen to it as a song with a guy with an acoustic guitar singing his song. The storytelling is unbelievable. The lyrics, it's just like that. So Derek, when you pointed out, man, I love the storytelling in country. It actually opened up me to a little bit of country, but it really is different. And hip hop's just kind of boring right now.
It is so. I can't produce a hip hop song for my life right now. Everything is something else. But I was going to say, Derek usually does have a good choice for country. Oddly enough, I think you put me on years ago to Jelly Roll.
Oh yeah, that's my dog. Yeah,
and when I hear Jelly Roll, I'm like, he's got 2 songs on the Twister soundtrack, and he's blowing up, and like he blowing up off a song that has no drums on it. One of the songs is just a guitar.
Yeah, there's country, and then there's the commercial stuff that they're like hawking as country. Like I feel like the actual country music, like that stuff is like, so there's this artist name, if you ever get a chance to hear him, Tyler Childers.
Love him.
That dude, his storytelling is crazy.
So
like
good.
it's that, Tyler, people like Jelly Roll, like those types of artists, you hear it and it's like, okay, take away the twang, take away anything. It's just, this man is telling a story that matters. And it's like, that's the kind of country music that I like. And then I just like the stuff that's just like, all right, this is fun. You know what I mean?
My favorite is Chris Stapleton, still is. Like
Chris.
He has this like blues kind of roots.
Soulful.
His
element
voice
to
is
him.
insane. Like one of the best voices I've ever heard.
Yeah, he'd be signed to Motown if it was back in the day. Like,
have you guys ever heard those songs where it's like a day I want my family to eat, and there was a country song, and the guy's talking about how he's watching his son grow up, and like, if you've ever seen Seinfeld, there's this one moment where Elaine's dating a guy who, when he hears this song, he just
Desperado.
stops. Yeah, Desperado. There's somebody, and he just like stops. This song, I was at this restaurant, and I just stopped holding the chair. And it was like, your son's growing up and he's driving your car and he's asking dad for help. And I'm like listening to this song. I'm having this like whole moment. My wife's like, dude, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like the whole family sat down and I'm just holding onto the chair. Like, this song is awesome. I'm like, this song is so good. That's how I know. I was like, country is definitely growing on me right now.
Yeah, I don't like trashy country music.
What's trashy? I don't even know
Call
the
him
difference.
out. Just kidding.
But
I just know kind of like pop country. I'm not interested in it at all. And I love like Chris Stapleton and Cash and like roots country that has that like blues gospel kind of vibe in it. But I don't like the radio country. That's been my thing. But people tell me, no, there's guys like Childress and there's guys like Morgan Wallen. I don't know.
Morgan Wallen's great too.
I don't know. I don't know any of these variants. So like, Emily, what is trash country to you?
Well, which I think it was maybe bigger like a few years ago, because I don't think country was great a couple years ago, but like I think of it as the music that's like, I got my monster truck and I'm going mudding and I'm drinking beers all the time. Like, it's just kind of like, there's no substance to it. It's just like, there's no deeper storytelling. Cause I agree. I think country music has always had like a really beautiful history of like, just having this like folklore, just like storytelling ability. And I think there was a few years there, like the commercialized ones, it was just like, you're getting drunk and you're being low key racist here. I don't really want to listen to this. I want like actually interesting. You're talking about something.
Is it low key racist?
I was being nice. Okay.
Is it high key racist? All right.
I was trying to be kind. Give me a benefit of the doubt. But like there was just music there that it was like this. I don't agree. I don't identify with this lifestyle, so I don't care about it. But now, like you said, like they're talking about more substantive things or things that I can relate to or just connect with, and so I like that kind of country music. But unfortunately, there's still a lot of the monster truck rally country music that's around.
Well, I think also the reason why country is having a moment, and I hope that hip hop catches on to this, is because when you look at like TikTok or whatever, like sometimes the TikTok songs that go viral are the dumbest songs on the planet.
You're right.
But there's also a lot of times the songs have a lot of substance. Because the people are scrolling through and they're seeing something stupid. And then you get this song that has this really great lyric that has something substantive to it. And then that will also, it may not go viral, but it'll help you build a community. And I think that's everyone is chasing that virality, but it feels like country music is kind of made for country music is made for when you're watching a graphic or you're watching a video of a guy hugging his wife and kids and they're doing like a family thing. Like country music lyrics are made to go in the background of those videos, like 10 times over. And you're like, oh, it's so cute. She's holding her dog and he kissed his son on the head and all of that. Like that's what helps with that. You know what I mean? I hope hip hop catches on to that idea, which is let's tell stories that are less superhero oriented and more like, now what is your actual story? I think that's why Killer Mike swept the Grammys last year, because his album is about being a almost 50-year-old black dude, you know what I'm saying, and that grew up in a church and struggles with faith and blackness and all of that. And I think that's why it swept the Grammys. Yeah, and I think if more hip hop catches on to that, it's gonna be beautiful.
They were trashing him yesterday because his first week album sale was 2,900 copies. But I'm like, when you listen to Travis Scott, for me, maybe it's just being older, but I can listen to it once and that's it. I'm like, I get it. Like, there's nothing he says in there that I'm like, whoa, this bar was so hard. It was such a good, I remember it, And then when I listened to Killer Mike, his album that won the Grammy, I was like, oh, I could see how it could win, because he's saying something that is stuck with me,
There's a video clip going around from Tyler, the Creator, where he was
I'm
being
so glad you
interviewed
brought that up
this week. And he was just talking about how hip hop is homogenized now. Like it used to be, he compared it to 2003 and he listed 10 different artists. Jay-Z did not sound like T.I., who did not sound like
Dre,
50
Dr.
Cent,
Dre,
who didn't,
Pharrell.
Yeah, and he was like, everybody had their own lane. Erykah Badu didn't sound like, everybody had their own lane. And now it's like one size fits all. Like all hip hop sounds the same. And it's like, he's like, is it because these kids these days just kind of came up on the internet and we had access to more stuff? And back then it was more regional. So like St. Louis didn't sound like Florida, didn't sound like Texas. And now everybody's just listening to the same playlist. And so it's like, now that's why everybody's homogenized. He was just like, it's interesting from hearing from him because he colored outside the lines when he came up. He didn't sound like everybody else. And so he's just kind of like bemoaning the fact that there isn't the opportunity for artists to be unique anymore. And in hip hop specifically. And
we've been here before though.
Okay.
We've been here before. Soulja Boy, D4L. Like you remember that season of the ringtone rap? When ringtones, that we've been here before, but you know what came after that season of ringtone rap? I think right now it's not the fact that hip hop or music in general is not creative. I don't think that's the issue. I think what the labels and people are investing in is not creative. I think that's the problem because there's a girl on the internet named Soul Child. Phenomenal artist, and she is rapping. I mean, she's like Rhapsody level rapping. There's a guy named Norm Sanchez rapping. There's a guy named Jeff, and he has 1 million monthly. Jeff has 1 million monthly listeners. He's doing good, but there hasn't been that we're going to invest in you megastar money investing. So there's these great independent creative artists that are building these followings. We just haven't seen, as the typical consumer, we just haven't seen the labels investing or taking any risks on talent. They're taking all the risks on influencers, and it's not working. We're sick of it. I mean, I know I am.
Tyler talks about the fact that the pendulum will swing. We're all sick of it. We're all feeling it. So the next generation of artists coming up are going to probably be more unique, and that'll be like the next wave probably.
Yeah, there was a A&R that was doing an interview, and she's like, realistically, I can't sign anybody. They won't even allow me to sign anyone who doesn't have at least 50,000 followers on YouTube.
That's crazy.
She's like, Instagram doesn't matter. And she said, TikTok doesn't matter. It has to be YouTube for some reason. I guess because YouTube's a harder subscription. Like, if you subscribe to YouTube, I don't know, there must be something different there.
The YouTube algorithm is more like the old algorithm that your subscribers are more likely to see the content you post. Whereas on Instagram and TikTok, your follower list doesn't matter at all. It's all algorithm.
And for kids or for people 24 and below, YouTube is the platform for music discovery. That people say it's TikTok. It's not TikTok.
Nope.
It's YouTube. But for the fans out there, the people that are out here listening to this podcast, I'm going to quote the great Joe Budden on a mixtape from 20 years ago that I don't even remember. I think it was Mood Music 2. He said, buying records is like voting. If all of us did it, I bet different dudes would be on top. So I think another thing too for the fans out there is like, yo, we got to stop being lazy. Like if you love an artist, tell the world about the artist that you love, because I know y'all probably think, oh, these artists, they have everything, you know, in line. But if you're a big Social Club fan, put your people on to Social Club. If you're Derek, if you feel like Marty's one of the greatest, I tell Flop Era is one of my favorite albums that dropped this year.
Thank you, bro.
I listen to it almost every week,
100%.
and I tell everybody about it. That's what has to happen for new good music to get out, you know.
Literally word of mouth. That's 70% of how we listen. It's when Cam, Derek, Emily recommend something, I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. You know, versus Spotify recommending something for me.
Emily's just going to recommend the new Taylor Swift B-side that
Yeah, we're
dropped
good.
on
We're good. I've
SoundCloud.
heard it.
Okay, it's a bop, so sorry.
All right, well, moving the show along. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Relevant Buzz. You're listening to Total Tommy. The song is Real. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
Okay, well, we've talked a lot about like the impact social media has on our mental health, and I think we all know that like too much time online is bad for our brains, right? We don't need to state that too much. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, and the younger you are, the worse it is, right?
Yes.
I mean, like the studies are showing, yeah.
Okay, well, there was a new study that came out this week that said that we actually don't even need to spend that much time on social media for any sort of damage to kick in. According to this new study, it just takes 7 to 8 minutes of specific content to change your self-esteem or your body image.
Ooh.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Wow.
7 minutes is crazy.
Let me explain what the study did, and then we can kind of get into the implications of it. But in this study, participants who were between the ages of 18 and 28, so young adults, not just kids.
Yeah, these aren't kids. These are 20-somethings.
These are adults.
Okay.
They were split into two groups. One watched what was called Fitspiration content, so like workout videos, weight loss journey videos, stuff like that. And then the others watched more like neutral videos. So think like nature videos, cooking clips, all that. And after just 7 minutes of watching this content, the first group reported that they felt worse about their body, and they also experienced an increase in internalization of beauty standards. So they were already thinking about ways that they needed to make themselves like more attractive.
Wow.
7 minutes.
Yeah. So
You should see our feeds though. Our feeds are crazy. If I don't have any fitness people on my feed,
I avoid all fitness and aspirational content.
So I was reading a book from
Let's show off.
Russell Brunson. No, listen, I'm not an avid
Bring a
reader.
book.
I read for utility. I definitely don't read just because I'm just like this genius guy. I read for utility. I was studying marketing, and Russell Brunson, he started ClickFunnels. He said, if you spend more than 15 minutes of your time on social media, you're just literally just wasting all your time. And I started thinking about that. Because the problem is, I find pretty much what I need to find in 15 minutes of being on the internet. After that, I'm just letting the world speak into my mind and adjust what my goals are for the day. So you think about it. How many times have you hopped on the internet and said, you know what, I need to find like a hack for, I'm remodeling my home. I need to find a hack. Yeah. How do I make the paint look better? And you're looking at home design. And then from home design, you're looking at fitness videos. And from fitness videos, you're all the way down a rabbit hole that you didn't even intend to be on. And it's just like, that's what happens when you don't have strong set time limits. And so what you're saying is like with the 7 minutes, it doesn't even take 15. It takes half of that time to make you start questioning yourself. Because I honestly feel sometimes those rabbit holes have more to do with us questioning those standards, right?
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
If I'm watching this remodeling thing and this girl looks really cool, this guy's muscular, right? And then I start looking at that. I start questioning my body image. Now I'm about to start looking at those fitness videos on how can I get my body more in shape.
In one day. I need a body in one day, those
exactly.
videos.
What do I need to do? I need a 6-pack tomorrow. Like, you weren't even on that. You were happy before you got on the internet. You were excited. You were going to tackle this home improvement project. And now you feel like you just wasted your whole life,
Real quick, though, did you actually find a video about how to get a 6-pack in a day? Because if you want to send that over, that's fine.
He went to Russia.
It's called Manjaro.
But it's funny. Like I think about like our feeds. Like we share stuff with each other. We have group chat and stuff. And I'm like, I shared the other day. I shared like 4 videos of a guy going to like Ukraine to get his hair or whatever country to get like a
Turkey,
fake beard.
yeah.
It's Turkey. That's what it is. Turkey.
Yeah.
It's always Turkey. And like he was like showing the spa setup, and he's like, and I'm like, I don't need that. I'm the hairiest. I'm a Sicilian and Puerto Rican, the 2 hairiest people combined. I'm literally like I look like Robin Williams' Knuckles. If I take off my shirt, it's a sweater. You know what I'm saying? And so it literally, like I watch that just entertainment, but you think about it, these guys who are getting those hair transplants, they're married. They have successful businesses. One of the guys is like a gym guy and he wears a hat all day. But I think to myself, why does he need it? Why do you need the hair? Like back in the day, people were just bald. It was just like your neighbor was bald and he had like the U on his head. I love guys like that, like Larry David. And there's no more Larry Davids. People aren't going to be bald anymore. They all have baby hair,
What's going on? All right. What else you have, Emily?
Sorry, just a little going up the beaten path.
Yes, bring bald shaming. Bald shaming has to stop.
You have to be able to be bald.
Who is bald? I'm tired of
Like,
being
Derek,
shamed.
You always wear a hat.
I'm tired of being shamed. No,
He's
I wear
Mr.
a hat
Clean.
because my kids cook me throughout the week on the fact that I'm bald. Like, I'm ready for black bald men to be in the forefront again. Remember Tyrese?
Tyrese, I was gonna say.
You know what I'm
Gibbs.
saying? Tate, you know what I'm saying? Like all those cats. I want that era to come back.
You need to start wearing sweaters that go up to here. Like those.
Yeah,
you need those sweaters turtleneck sweater. Like I feel like if you did. Derek, if you did like a rap song, but you had like the Craig David like turtleneck and like it's always had loose sleeves all the time. Those turtlenecks had like the loosest sleeves, but you have that gray turtleneck and do a whole rap video where you're like, doing the little. I think it could work nowadays.
You're turning Derek into a black rom-com.
I need to do a music video where I like take scenes from all of the classic black bald men. Like movies, like The Wood, like
Baby Boy,
Baby Boy.
You don't listen to the song. You just choke somebody out.
I need to do the Ving Rhames. I need to just all of that. I need to do all of that. That's what we're doing.
Well, good luck with that endeavor. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I know the Olympics have like officially closed, which is sad because I feel like it was really entertaining this year, especially online. A lot of good jokes. But even though
NBC and Peacock did a good job infusing pop culture and celebrities.
They did a great job.
It was fun.
Very surprising.
one of my favorite Olympics we've ever had. Congrats to Peacock. But anyways, even though it's over, there is still a really big thing that people are talking about that happened right at the end. And I am, of course, talking about Rachel Gunn, better known as Ray Gunn, the Australian breakdancer. Because she, this poor woman, this woman from Australia somehow made it to the breakdancing competition to represent Australia. And she did moves that no one should ever see.
It is my favorite thing on the internet. Talking about like this is my duvet cover in the dryer, wrapping up all the other sheets so they don't get dry. And it's like her kicking and spinning and crap.
Yeah,
dude, like the memes are on another level.
People love her. I think that some guy was like, I hate the fact that she's getting criticized. I was like, I haven't seen one. It's either a meme or it's like people are like, when she was going to her car from the hotel, people were cheering her on. They were in a circle and they kept hyping her up, and she like kind of got like caught into it. She starts dancing, like doing her funny dance in front of like 50 people. People love her. They love her.
I think it's like an ironic love, though.
Yeah, I know. It's like, is she in on the joke?
Like
that's
Dina. Do you remember Dina? She's like, hip hop does this. Like she's the new Dina.
Yeah,
dude. I saw my favorite meme was her Ray Gunn with Dina's vocal, like doing the instructions. It was great.
That's awesome.
Oh, bro, please send me that.
I'll send you that one. That was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's different.
What's the news? Is there an update to Ray Gunn?
Here's the thing. While people do love her, a lot of people also are like genuinely confused and baffled that she even made it to the Olympics. And so I've seen
0 points.
She got 0 points, which I mean,
on the first year of the competition.
Yeah.
0 points.
But she, people online are like so confused by this. They are trying to launch an investigation into how she got into the games in the first place, because there's rumors going around that she like rigged the competition just so that she could be the one to, represent Australia, kind of like
there wasn't true qualifying in Australia. She was able to weasel herself in there. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But you debunked that, didn't you? Like,
yes.
Because I said that to you going, hey, we should report on this. This is crazy. This is how Ray Gunn got in the show. It was all a con. And you're like, you looked into it and you're like, no, this isn't true at all.
So what happened? Yeah.
She competed the normal way. Like she competes in local competitions in Australia, then regional, and then she competed in other countries before this. Like she's been competing for a really long time. And what's crazy is people were showing other videos. And now let me clarify, the extent of my breakdancing knowledge begins and ends with Step Up. So I, my nose, an expert.
Step Up to Miami.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't watch Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo in the theaters in 1984?
No, I was a little too young and not alive yet.
I went in 4th grade. My mom took me because I got straight A's.
That's
what
awesome.
an accomplishment.
Electric Boogaloo, though? I don't even know what a Boogaloo
Breakin'
is.
2 Electric Boogaloo. Are you kidding?
What's a Boogaloo?
You have to watch it. Breakin' is just
sounds like
Breakin'.
sexual. I don't know why.
Demonstrate it?
In nature, it just sounds very sexual.
Breakin' 2 : Electric Boogaloo. It's a variant. Anyway, you got to just watch it. It's
I'm going to watch it today.
It's so
We're
low
watching
budget.
it today.
Dude,
We're
so
going to
low
watch it
budget.
today.
As an 8-year-old, I remember like watching it, and the guy's like working at the bodega, and he's like sweeping up at night. He's about to close down, and he's just out by himself, and he just starts to breakdance with the broom, and he's like doing all this stuff with the broom, but you could see the fishing line holding the broom string up because the broom like floats and does stuff.
Even
And like
as
I
an
remember,
8-year-old,
as an 8-year-old, I'm looking at it going, "This is like the lowest budget movie I've ever seen in my life."
Yes,
but it was
Even
great.
as an 8-year-old, you're like, there's problems here in this storyline.
I love a good low budget movie.
Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo will not let you down.
I gotta check it out on Tubi. I know it's on Tubi.
I know it's on
Tubi has
Tubi.
all of
I know
them.
it's on
That's
Tubi.
such a Tubi movie.
Anyway.
But yeah, they she did make it officially, so there's not an investigation, although I think it's really funny that people want that. But actually, Marty, earlier you mentioned like this was, this big moment when the first time that breakdancing is at the Olympics. And this might actually be the only time it's at the Olympics because LA has already announced that it will not be at the 2028 games, which in Reagan's defense, they decided that before they saw her performance. So we can't.
Yeah, I saw this news and I was like, imagine being so bad at an event that they just, the Olympic organizers are like, we're not going to let that happen again. And we're just going to shut this down. But I said that to Emily. I'm like, isn't this crazy? Like, she's so bad. She ruined the whole sport. And she's like, nah, they announced this last year. I was like, oh, dang.
It like doesn't fit their vision for the games, which I don't personally agree with because I'm like, LA feels like a place that they would have breakdancing more than Paris.
For sure. I thought it was cool. Young kids doing it.
Update, Break Into Electric Boogaloo is available on Tubi and Pluto TV.
Pluto. That's the other one I was thinking of, Pluto.
Of course, it's on
I'm in it.
24/7 Dog the Bounty Hunter channel, if anyone's interested, on Pluto.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Just keep Ray Gun in your thoughts and prayers because I think she's hopefully having a good time, but...
What is LA replacing breakdancing with? Like, what is LA adding to the Olympics?
Yeah, they are adding 5 new sports, some of them have been at other games, but some of them, this will be the first time. So baseball and
football.
Flag football is being added. Baseball and softball.
Flag football?
Oh, that's cold.
Here's y'all's time to shine.
There's a softball you said, Emily?
Yeah, baseball and softball.
I love that.
Lacrosse.
Baseball was at the 96 Olympics because I was there. The one in Atlanta, they had baseball in that Olympics. So I guess they're just bringing it back.
Yeah, the Braves in 96, you got to have baseball for sure.
Yeah, they have baseball.
They're also adding lacrosse. And then they're also adding cricket and squash.
Ooh, cricket's going to be fun. I like cricket. More people watch cricket than any other sport in the world.
No, it's second to soccer, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I was reading something about India and like the whole country shuts down just to watch cricket.
Yeah, they just had the Cricket World Championship and they had like matches here in the U.S., like in New York and Miami.
I want
and
to catch one. I've heard that they're awesome.
It was on NPR a few weeks ago. They were talking about like how big cricket is internationally. It's insane.
Yo, did you hear flag football? We talking about cricket? It's flag football.
First off, flag football is blowing up right now. Have you seen it? Have you seen on Instagram and every channel? You're starting to see these like 40-year-old guys who are kind of in shape and like they're playing and they like act like the game is for real. And like I saw one the other day where the guy, got the quarterback and he's like shouting in the camera. And I'm like, bro, you do this on the weekend. You work in IT. Like, you're really, these guys are really living their dream. I love it.
Look, Operation Derek Minor becomes a flag football Olympian. I got 4 years to get right.
If Ray Gun taught us anything, it's chase your dreams, man. Chase your dreams.
I got 4 years. Hey, if I come home with a gold medal,
they're much more achievable than you think they are.
Come on, man. Scratch cricket and add pickleball. That's what needs to happen.
I'm actually shocked pickleball didn't make it. Yeah, that would make it.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Pickleball will probably be on the next one.
Yeah,
it's not going away.
2032.
They are building so many pickleball social clubs around town. It's ridiculous.
There's courts here. They built their own courts. They got rid of some of the tennis courts. That's how big it is here.
That's what I'm saying. Like city parks are adding pickleball courts, but I'm saying they're building like pickleball social clubs where like it's an indoor facility and it's like a cool bar and restaurant and indoor pickleball courts and like you have a membership and you go and play pickleball and hang out and
like golf clubs.
But it's pickleball clubs.
Okay.
And they can build them in like downtown, like old warehouses and stuff, like make them all cool and modern, So it's like they're going everywhere.
Pickleball had to be invented by the United States government, though, because it just came out of nowhere. Like this is almost like the crack epidemic. Like they put pickleball in white people's neighborhoods to disrupt them in some shape, form,
it was like old people. It was like old people played it, and then like then it became like hipsters latched on and made it cool. So I'm just waiting for shuffleboard to like be the next big thing. Cause like old people like shuffleboard, like maybe the hipsters will latch on.
Side note, that's what I was going to say. Hipsters will gentrify an old people's sport just like that. Like they gentrify anything old, plaid, hat, wide brim hats, like coffee. Like hipsters are just like, if an old person is doing it, I'm just telling all the old people, if I were you, hide all of the stuff that you like from hipsters because they're going to take it over and you're not going to be able to do it anymore.
New Balance shoes. What it is.
That might be one of the hottest takes I've heard in a while.
It's true.
Just tell me I'm lying, though.
You're not.
No, you're dead on. That's what I'm saying. Watch out. Shuffleboard. Invest in shuffleboard now. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next big thing.
There's a New Balance shoe right now with the 2 straps of, it only comes in one color. It's bone. And it comes with 2 Velcro straps. And there's a company that I follow. They sold out of their collaboration. It's that shoe. And all it is that New Balance logo is baby blue. They sold out of their collaboration of this Old Man shoe. It's a hipster brand, for sure, hipster brand. So you're right. They're ripping off everything already.
Ripping off the old people. Watch hipsters start wearing Air Monarchs. Like,
yeah.
No question.
It's already happening.
Okay. All right. Last thing I want to wrap up on really quick. Let me ask you this. When was the last time any of you guys sat down and watched a full episode of late night TV? Not just like a clip on social media.
Like live?
Yeah.
Like SNL? Like SNL. I watch SNL live.
I'm thinking like a Jimmy Fallon or
it's
Jimmy
been
Kimmel,
years.
all that.
It's been years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are part of the problem. Jimmy Kimmel, who hosts Jimmy Kimmel Live, was on the Politickin podcast earlier this week, and he talked about how he foresees late night television to end within the next 10 years. He thinks it'll like completely die off because, you know, streaming and the internet has just made everything so much more available when we want it. So we don't need to sit down at 11:30 and watch this like live episode air. We can watch it the next day and it's fine. And he said that when people stop watching it on air, networks are going to stop putting it on air. And so within the next few years, like we might not have late night TV anymore.
But what would they put on in front instead of late night TV?
I mean, right now, you know, it makes money for the networks because old people watch late news and then they just keep those viewers. But the generation coming up now is I'm watching old episodes of The Office or King of Queens at 11:30 going to bed. I'm not watching Fallon, you know? So it's like, there's a generation that just doesn't watch it. It's just going to go away. I don't know what will replace it. I don't think anything. I think it'll just become syndicated shows probably. If you think about it, like the purpose that it served culturally was celebrities are promoting a new project. So we have to go through the gatekeeper of the late night show to let you know about it. Bands had their moment. Comedians had their moment.
Yeah, it's true.
Interviews. Think about it. Podcasts have surpassed the interview experience.
Yeah.
Bands can do their own virality and see way more people than would have watched them on late night with their music. Comedians, same thing. Social media, you're going straight to the audience. You don't got to go through the gatekeepers anymore. So culturally, we're not going to miss anything.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, we're not. And then the games and the shows that like Fallon does, they've got a primetime version of that, you know, like the singing karaoke and whatever. They'll still do those shows, variety shows. But I think that's what we'll see is like a variety show, primetime will replace the fun aspect of late night, and interviews are better on podcasts than the pre-canned 2-minute tell me a funny story from your trip. You know, like it's like, who cares? So anyway, good riddance. See you late night. Media evolves. You had a good 60 years. You're done.
Radio City Music Hall. You're out of here.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I love Cameron. Cameron is one of my best friends in the world, but I'm going to tell you, he does not hold on to anything from the past. That man is like, look.
Let's go. What's
He's
next?
like Steve Jobs.
Everybody's going to lose their job to AI. Cameron's like, good. Put the chip in my brain.
Yes. Think about what we can do. Yeah, anyway.
Bro, Cameron really do not be caring. He's like, look.
I know.
I was reading this. I was reading this book, and it was talking about how forgot the guy's name. The guy who did the headsets by Beats by Dre. He went up to Steve Jobs and he goes, "Hey man, you know iTunes is destroying our business." And you know, he set this meeting, flew in to see Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs goes, "No business model lives forever." And it was like, "Is that it?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Thank you," and then walked away. He's like, the meeting was 15 seconds, and there's so much wisdom in that. No business model lives forever. Jimmy Iovine had that meeting with him. He's like, "You're going to destroy music industry. No business model lives forever. Anything else you need?" He's like, "No." He's like, "All right, thank you. Bye."
All right. That'll do it for Relevant Buzz. Stay tuned. Up next, Local Natives joins us.
Of defending any Goliath that would deign darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools of us all.
You're listening to Father John Misty. The song is, I Guess Time Just Makes Fools of Us All. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold.
Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonnacy investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Well, our guest today is Local Natives. They're one of our favorite indie rock bands who recently dropped a double album, Time Will Wait for No One, as well as But I Will Wait for You. But before they released that project, the band went through some pretty big transformations. Members Nick Ewing and Ryan Hahn sat down with us to talk about what the last few years have been like for the band and how they're moving forward into a new season. Here's our conversation with Local Natives.
So you dropped 2 albums within a year, which is pretty abnormal for y'all. What was going on in the band when you were making this project?
I mean, a big part of it was like we had been on this like kind of constant carousel of just like album tour in each other's lives pretty much constantly since as long as I can remember. And obviously the pandemic was like kind of the first time there was like a forced function, like reset of just like, all right, now we're apart. And so in a lot of ways it was like learning to kind of come back together. We'd all changed a bit. A few of us had kids for the first time, and it was just like, what did we want the band to be? Like, obviously every album we want to push ourselves to try something new. But this also felt like, all right, before we can think about that, we also have to like figure out how to come back together. And there was a lot of heaviness. I think we were working through a lot of things. We've talked about how like on our first show back, we played the Greek in LA, and it was this interesting moment where it was like a huge show for us. We had sold it out. We were just so excited, but it also felt like the energy in the band felt tenuous and just kind of like, it just felt like, reconnecting so many different things. And a lot of the songs, I think, on the new record speak to that and speak to that feeling. Just going back to the song Alpharetta, for me, was like about kind of feeling like you're like in between an old life and a new life. You're on this threshold. And for me, it was like my wife and I, we just had our first kid 6 months ago. And so when we were working on it, we're kind of like working on the song. I mean, just kind of feeling like that place, this kind of like in between, this like you're on this threshold of something, this kind of like liminal space. And yeah, it can be like a strange place to be. It can be scary. It can be exhilarating. But I think a lot of the record speaks to that feeling of like, you know, you're about to go somewhere new, somewhere that you can't fully understand, but it's something big is going to happen.
Right. As you're talking about it, I remember everyone coming over to my house, and we had like 15 songs done. And they were, as we like listened to them, they were like, this is pretty heavy. Like, you know, that kind of maybe spoke to that first part of us recording, and kind of spoke to like what all of us were going through, maybe what the whole world was going through, obviously. But then after that, you know, just life changes and becoming parents and a new version of the band. And I think that's when there was like the second part of recording where we're like, all right, we can put out a 15 song, like pretty heavy album. And then we kind of just went back to the studio, and those were when songs like NYE or Just Before the Morning or April kind of came from, where it was just like, all right, let's kind of explore another feeling and another vibe that we haven't touched yet on this album, or these two albums.
I mean, like April is a great example of that, where the album had a lot of like, you know, just really emotional kind of ballad, like heavy stuff. And that's a part of us for sure. It's a part that we really value, but we also were like, you know, there's other sides of us that I feel like we wanted to explore. And like Nick was saying, a song like NYE is pretty different than anything we've done, maybe even more light and just kind of like high tempo. And April felt that way. Like I've kind of been laughing to myself, but a big inspiration of that song for me was Basement Jaxx, Where's Your Head At?
Yes.
Like, where's your head at? And I was like, what is like a local native song run through that filter sound like? And it was just fun, and probably, you know, just a completely different headspace than a lot of the songs on the record.
How do you feel like those personal changes affected you as an artist?
I mean, I think for me, it's definitely, it just shifts your perspective in so many different ways. Like, I mean, as a band, I don't know, it's been part of our story. We've probably told everyone, but we used to live in a house together. We just like toured like 11 months of the year. It was just like live and breathe, you know, the band. And I think like now it's like, we don't spend as much time together, but when we do, I feel like there's a newfound gratitude towards it. And I'm kind of like, you know, in the past, I think we could fight and argue. And now I think there's a little bit more like, I'm glad to be able to fight and argue with these guys. Like, I appreciate like having a band is even like, I think more and more of a rare thing these days. And I think, yeah, it just shifts your perspective in a lot of different ways.
I feel like there's like a gratitude, maybe that's what you were saying too, right? With the relationships we have with each other, because especially pretty cliche, but with becoming a parent, maybe for the first time, there's like a very distinct before and after. You're like, the brand new life, like the colors are more vivid than they ever were before. And just a brand new perspective, and you have less time. That's another reality. So like when we come together, it feels more rare, more special and intentional, versus it is super fun to hang out with Ryan 300 days a year. And I do lose some of the magic, you know, and when we come back, there's a newfound gratitude. And
Definitely.
We'll see what the music turns into with that.
So cruel kindness, that the moment's over, the moment it arrives.
Well, what's next for the band, and what are you looking forward to the most?
Definitely focused on tour. That's kind of like, the like most pressing thing. And it, like I said, it will be fun to figure out how to play some of these songs live and how to like connect certain things. We're always like working on new music though. It's like, I do feel like it's just kind of like, you just kind of like are always doing it. And then when it comes time to make the record, hopefully you've got a bunch of song ideas to bring to the table. We've always talked about just like renting a house somewhere and trying to do an album in 2 weeks. But Yeah, I don't know. Just try to always be writing, really. So, but we haven't necessarily gotten together, all of us, and like worked on new music. But there's always songs kind of in the ether.
Yeah, it might be a second, but we're always working on music. Rise making a solo album right now. Everyone's making something. Like there's, and then we figure out. We get back together. Like we have like 12 ideas we love or something. Then we get back in the studio.
Saw your name in lights. I remember momentary light. Takes forever. So camera shot. Most out of time.
That was Local Natives. Make sure to check out our feature with them. More of that conversation and brand new issue of Relevant 115. The digital issue is available right now for free. You can read it at relevantmagazine.com. All right, stay tuned. Up next, we've got your feedback.
What's that in front of me? Eyes with the guys makes it so hard to see. And every shadow lingers on them winter spawns inside of me. And what are they all saying? Something so dry. My heart is to forget. What's this about?
You're listening to Kate Bollinger. The song is What's This About? Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we asked you, what's a trend from your childhood that you'd like to see come back? You hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. And here's a few of our favorites.
So Right Plane says pop-up car headlights, Muppet anything, and NFL players in the Olympics. I'm definitely on with the pop-up car headlights. I got an 82 Corvette, and when I start that joint up at night and I make them lights pop up, it's just if it hit different. It's different.
Okay, for the potential non-car people in the room, what is a pop-up car? Like, I don't know what that means.
It's just the lights that pop up on the front of the car.
You haven't seen they literally
it looks
raise
like
up.
eyelids.
Yeah, exactly. They look just like eyelids. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm with you now.
Didn't the reason why they went away is like they broke a lot or something?
Yeah, it's
The vacuums. Yeah.
Oh, so it was like a little bit of a danger?
No, it's not that it's that sometimes one of the headlights will like come up a little bit. It's like because it was all vacuum sealed back then. But we have technology that it could just, electricity, boom, pops up. You're good. It's not like back in the 80s.
Sometimes you'd have to like break it open so it just stays open forever because it would break sometimes too.
Yeah.
He likes the Muppets too. He can go to Disney Hollywood Studios. There's a whole Muppet land.
I couldn't get on board with you with the Muppets. Just freaked me out a little bit.
My kid loves Elmo right now. It's crazy.
I can't get on board with you.
Megan Brown, I like this one. Hear me out. Music festivals. I swear they were so different back in the day. You are not wrong. Music festivals were way different back in the day. I was talking to my wife about it. Like she saw Disclosure, and then it was Kings of Leon, Local Natives, like Kate Trinata. It was just the experience was incredible. And then this last week we were watching Lollapalooza, and I was like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people. These are all featured artists. And it's true, back to what Cam was saying, like a lot of artists don't know how to perform. This new generation, a lot of them don't know how to perform. Even the Sabrina Carpenter concert at the end was a little bit. I'm like, why is Casey Musgraves here? And why are you singing These Boots Are Made for Walking? Like, that's what are we doing here? You know, I don't know. It was really weird, but music festivals have changed completely.
Well, I think like I always went to Lala because to me it was downtown Chicago, waterfront. You know, it's clean. Nobody's camping. You're downtown. It was great experience. Jesse and I probably went 15 straight years up until COVID, and then Jesse probably went to 12 of them with me. We had the best time. It was a highlight of the year. Music discovery, the experience, it was incredible. And for me, it's like I didn't want to sit there for 2 hours watching one band. I would watch 15 minutes of this band and go watch 15 minutes of that band, whatever. So to me, it was just perfect. But I feel like after COVID, I'm not talking about Lala in particular, but like I just feel like everybody wanted to become Coachella. And it just became more about influencers and being seen and not about music fans.
Less stages.
Yeah. And it was just like, you're just there for the outfits and to just say you were there and to post that you were there. And then like nobody talked about the music. To me, the thing that was so great about Lala was about music and discovery. And it was awesome. I hope we get back to that because it was like, it was awesome. I want my kid to experience that. You know what I mean? So
it's nothing like going to a festival and finding an artist that you had never heard of. And you're like, who the heck is this? But not experiencing it via like a video, but it's like you get that live performance with like there's nothing like that. It's
something
it's
you
unmatched.
got to experience, you know, and you're like, whoa, I got to have a special moment with this band.
Lala did a beautiful thing too, that when you register, you know, before you went, like, you know, weeks before, they would release, you know, all the stage lineups and all this kind of stuff and like have it all calendared out. And you would be able to click and like listen to playlists of those artists and stuff. And so it's like, as you're planning out your each day plan, you can like discover new artists and like those
cool.
Lala playlists were sick. And I would like, oh man, this is awesome. I want to go check that artist out. And like, you know, it was discovery. And I love that. Yeah. Anyway.
That's it. My homeboy Brandon Lee, 89, said, bring back Tamagotchis. And
they still have them.
That's what I was going to say. I saw an ad for this and I think I'm going to get it. They have a Tamagotchi flower plant pot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like if the flower needs water, it'll be like mad at you. So like if you put water in it, then the face on the Tamagotchi will be happy. And then when it gets, so like just letting you know, you can check it out. It's on Amazon. I think it's running for like $78.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
But still though, I mean, you're growing a plant, man. Like it's a baby,
Yeah,
a plant
I grow a
baby.
plant without the face.
Hey, listen,
Yelling at me.
y'all, I have a whole nother different appreciation for plants now, man. My little hibiscuses out front, they're blooming. I'm over there picking
Smelling
weeds.
great, probably.
They're doing their thing, man. Like plants are dope. I'm a plant dad. Plant poppy. That's what I am.
There you go.
That's a good one, actually.
Plant poppy.
Adam Davis says, bring back TGIF on Friday nights.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh yeah.
But even that era of like TRL, where like everybody had the same schedule: get off school, come home, watch TRL, or you know, Friday nights, your friends come over, you get pizza, you put on TGIF. Like that shared experience thing, it just doesn't happen anymore.
What is TGIF?
What?
What is TGIF? Sorry.
It was in the 90s on ABC.
Oh, no.
It was the Friday night programming. It was Full House.
Yeah, Full House.
It was Perfect Strangers.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets
right?
World.
Sabrina.
Okay. That sounds like a great time.
A block of like middle school programming, you know, or family-friendly comedies.
Cam, Emily would have loved it because they themed it out also. It's like everyone would get excited. Hey, it's Halloween episodes, 4 episodes, Christmas episodes. Like it would always have something like a theme.
They do the Disney crossover where like the plots would make them go to the parks or something, remember?
Yeah,
and
you
like,
hit
it was
your
like,
friend up. You're like, oh my gosh, you see this episode? This was great. Like it was like a whole, family
Disney
would have
Channel
pizza.
did that a little bit, but it wasn't like a branded like TGIF or anything like that. But
my dad would be like, let's order pizza and like watch it together. My dad hated watching. We did it for us, but they'd get pizza like on Friday night to watch it.
Nickelodeon would do that too with like what's the song that Keenan or the show that Keenan came from?
All that.
Yeah,
all
they
that.
would have a block of that kind of like took over from TGIF. I feel like you know, it's like.
And you know the taste of it that we had in the newer age was when a show would come out and we all would collectively watch it on Twitter. and we talk about
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was very, that
was a
kinda
great
like,
time.
That was a dope time. But now Twitter's pretty much ruined. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really even do that. But
Yeah.
that communal aspect of watching something as a country on a Friday night is fun. You know,
It was.
Jake Miller, along the same line, says low-key Saturday morning cartoons were the best. I mean,
Yeah, they were, man.
I did watch Saturday morning cartoons.
I would get up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and go out. My parents were like, "Do not wake us up. Like you can watch TV as long as we can't hear it." You know, so real low. I'd have to put on real quiet. I'd build a sofa fort, and I would just like Saturday mornings, man.
Some
until
Pop-Tarts.
it was so sad at like 11:30 when like the educational show came on, and then you knew it was over.
After Bobby's World, you're like, what am I watching Bill
Yeah.
Nye for?
Exactly. It was like some zoo,
Bill
zoo
Nye was
program.
lit. Bill Nye was lit.
You know
Bill
what's
Nye the
funny?
science guy was lit.
You want to know what's really cool though? There is somebody who has actually recorded like years worth of Saturday morning cartoons, and he just put it for free on YouTube. So what we do with my son is I'll put it on, but it's also like stuff I forgot. It would be like the Mask animated series. I'm like, oh, Bobby's World, and then afterwards it'd be like Johnny Bravo. You know, Cartoon Network had their own version of it, and I miss that. It was good times.
It was good times. Now the kids have those shows all the time on streaming. They can just, it's not a big deal about Saturday mornings because they can just watch it whenever. Yeah.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
Bring back scarcity.
Looking forward to something. Exactly.
It was a good feeling.
The idea, I was reading some parenting thing about like one of the things that parents really need to do with their kids is not instant gratification. If a kid's wanting something and you want to give it to them, maybe don't. Because they need to they need to learn anticipation and waiting, and then you appreciate it more. And it's like the entertainment. We have too many options all the time.
You're right.
You know, we don't have to wait for our show to come back on Wednesday night, and I'm looking forward to it all week long. We can just stream it whenever, and it's just like something's changed. I don't like it.
It
Sound like get off my lawn, old guy, but I don't care.
I know we need to wrap this up, but I do want to give a shout out to Alyssa Davis's. She said, not sure how to bring it back, but can we make malls a thing again? I miss shopping and walking with my friends. And I loved walking around with the mall. Of course, my God, middle school me, I felt like the hottest girl in the mall because I would just like walk around. I mean, I didn't buy anything because I was poor, but it was so fun. Limited to, best times. But I genuinely wish that there was like a third space, like, because I've read a lot about like the collapse of third spaces for people. Like, if I want to hang out with my friends, we either have to go to someone's house or we're going somewhere where I'm going to spend money on food or drinks or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Restaurant.
Unless I go to like a park, which it's hot outside and I don't really want to do that. Like, there are not a lot of third spaces where I can go be indoors with friends and still hang out doing something without requiring like a lot of money. And malls were a really great place to do that, where like you can just window shop. You don't actually have to buy anything, but like you're with your friends, you're hanging out, you're doing something. And I just miss third spaces. That's really what
Third spaces. Never heard that before.
You get a Sbarro pizza. You get the Euro from the food court. You know what I'm saying?
Auntie Annie's pretzel.
Auntie Annie's pretzels. Yep.
And you're getting exercise. You're walking around.
Malls are still a very big thing in California because people just, I don't know what it is. Like you go to a mall, it's packed. You're walking like sideways trying to get through people. It's actually, malls.
I mean, like my church building is across from the Florida Mall, which is in South Orlando. And so Cohen and I, after church, will go over there for lunch and whatever all the time. And we were just there the other day, and it was like, the mall is packed. I mean, we couldn't find parking. It was like everywhere was packed. And I'm just going, it's not that malls are dead. It's certain malls are dead. You know what I mean? Because we have a couple other. We have another one, the Millennium Mall, which is also more high end and awesome.
I like that
and,
one, yeah.
You know, like Cohen and his buddies, I'm doing the thing. I'm dropping him off, so he's hanging out with his friends at the mall.
God, I miss those days so much.
Here's $20. Here's $20. Now pick up in 4 hours.
That's so fun.
That's so dope, bro.
Yeah. Rite of passage, man. I remember those days. It's like, it was so cool when Dad would drop me off at the mall and me and my kids, my friends.
Yeah.
The freedom. I got some money. I got 5 hours. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. All right. Well, there's more where that came from. Go check out our feedback online. Okay. It's time for this week's
Editorial question of the week.
All right. Well, we just talked about trends and things from the past that we wish would come back. We want to talk about things that are here now that we wish would go away. So what are some current trends that you're ready to see done? Music, social media.
Hating on bald men.
Hating on
Eric?
bald men. BBLs.
I thought BBLs were over, weren't they?
Nah, BBL, Drizzy.
I don't know. I just went to Atlanta and I saw a lot of guys, and I was like, "Whoa, there's a lot of guys here with BBLs in Atlanta."
Yeah. Those abs ain't real, my brother.
Those ain't abs. Just kidding.
So trends that are happening now that you want to see end. All right, there you go. Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast or reply where we post on Instagram and other places in our stories. Okay. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Local Natives for joining us today. Make sure to check out their double album, Time Will Wait for No One, and the brand new one, But I Will Wait for You. And also check out our feature with them in the new issue of Relevant. The digital magazine is out now. You can read the articles for free at relevantmagazine.com. Just click the magazine tab. If you want the digital magazine itself, the beautiful one, flip through it. It's interactive. It's gorgeous. Sign up for Relevant Plus. You get it. You get that. You get an ad-free version of this podcast and ad-free unlimited reading at relevantmagazine.com as well. It's the best way to experience our content. We'd appreciate the support. You can sign up at relevantmagazine.com. It's right there. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
I look like Robin Williams' Knuckles.
Relevant Podcast Network.